it had, because I took some of the Ron Paul super brochures and stuff there. Well, I wrote the numbers down. As soon as I got done with there, I posted them in the 2 Facebook groups that I was in. Next day, when I got online, I was looking at it, and I just had a little free time. I thought, okay, I wonder how he did in my county. Mm-hmm. When I found on the Google Doc or whatnot that the state had released, where it broke it down by precinct. And when I started looking at it, and I looked at my own precinct, it took me a minute to even realize what I was seeing, because somehow Romney's vote went from 2 to 22. And then I later found out that there was 8 votes for Buddy Roemer that was added in there. And I guess, sitting right there with the numbers I wrote down right after we got done counting them and witnessing myself count them, I seen it and I said, well, wait a minute, this ain't right. So then I contacted everybody I could through, the local level. I contacted the precinct chair, I contacted the county chair, and even called the state GOP. And other than the local level people, it seemed nobody cared. The state just kind of told me, oh, well, we'll take care of it in a couple of weeks when we certify it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That in itself made me want to speak even louder about it. Just how can it not be an issue when you're declaring him the winner by 8 votes, and I got 20 fraud, and 8 plus 8 minus 20 is negative 13 based on my math. So then I went. After I got done on the phone with him, that was when I just every group I could go to. I was on CNN, Fox News, everywhere, just posting and saying, "Hey, this is wrong. Here's the real numbers from this." And that was when Mike Smith and Jim Conant got in touch with me. And I guess like most all the rest of that after that happened, can be openly read about. So where I came forward.
If I could just break in for a minute, Edward, this is Jim. I just wanted to say something. They tried to discredit Edward. The local guy, the local county chairman, did agree to with Edward that his numbers were right, but the state kind of was putting pressure to try to discredit Edward. Well, somebody from the state Republican Party said, "Hey, he doesn't have a right to comment. He's only a voter." So this shows their totalitarian.
He's only an American. That's all.
Right. Exactly. So then, the point I want to make here is that because they claimed that Romney won the whole state by only 8 votes, obviously Edwards 20 flipped it. So after Mike Smith and I were starting to get other affidavits together from Edwards' fellow voter Cassie and some other. Well, then they backed down after about 12 hours because Newsweek and CNN was getting involved, and I am grateful for that. Although usually I bash the media completely, yeah. But Aaron Burnett of her news show on CNN got involved with the reporter from Newsweek, who I think was Jonathan Avalon, and then Edward appeared on CNN with them, and then I believe that was a day before they certified the results, and I believe that's when the GOP of Iowa said, "Uh-oh, we better not push this anymore," because Avalon said he was going to keep looking. And see, what happened to Edward happened to Pat Buchanan in 1996, and people can read about that in a article that they can Google called A House Without Doors, which was published in 1996. Exact same thing happened. The people at the local level were honest, but the state GOP switched the results after everybody went home. But this time we caught them, thanks to Edward, and with irrefutable proof. And they admitted when they certified the results, okay, Paco, they admitted that they had reported on January 3rd, the night of the Iowa caucus, 130 precincts wrong out of 1,700. They admitted that. Okay, anyway, sorry, but I wanted to pull that into perspective.
Yeah, I wanted to jump. Yeah, this is Kelly here. Yeah, I just wanted to jump in. We're short on time, but I want to go quickly through a couple other states, because what's really happening is the state-level GOP people are fulfilling the promises of the media, and the promises of the media out of the gate are Ron Paul's not electable, he won't win. And so, we jumped from Iowa to Maine. Maine was just a disaster. 85% of the precincts were in, and hey, it's Mitt Romney, he won Maine. And well, there's a real problem here, because there was 4 counties that were zeroed in that tally. It was Hancock, Waldo, Washington County, Kennebec County. There was another one. What was noted was by Matt McDonald, the caucus chair at Belfast County and Weld County. They held their caucus, and they called in. Matt called in and said 8 for Ron Paul, 5 for Romney. And the state said, "Oh, we already have those numbers." Oh, well, what are your numbers? Well, we have 2 for Ron Paul and 9 for Romney.
Yeah.
And it was so bad that the main GOP was asked to resign. So they're starting to do delegate games, too, because Ron Paul has a lot of delegates, a lot of states. Just heard last night about delegate games going on with the state-level GOP of Colorado. We've seen problems in Georgia. We've seen problems in Missouri. We're on this stuff. We're trying to help people. Watch the Vote 2012 on Facebook. You can get hold of us there. The caucus states are one thing, and then what we're trying to do is for primary states, because caucuses, you show up personally and you count, and it's all accountable really good, but primaries, there's not much accountability. So what we're trying to do is we have a complaint system where you can submit a complaint to a grand jury. That's your friends and neighbors on a very authoritative body, and you submit a complaint to them. You can download it. It's on the website, Hidden Fourth Branch, the number 4TH, hiddenfourthbranch.com, primary voting machine accountability. And you submit it to the grand jury. What happens is people, when they walk in to the precincts for primaries, they're handed a duplicate vote. This duplicate vote goes to a lockbox, into a lockbox, and that lockbox goes to the grand jury. And the grand jury can count by hand compared to electronic machines. We've got 180 complaints downloaded already. We've got confirmation from the L.A. Civil grand jury. They're a little bit more communicative. Espubio there in your county, he submitted that. But we have a way to catch the electronic system when they're committing fraud. And so if you just type hiddenfourthbranch.com, the number 4TH, hiddenfourthbranch.com, or Google, internet search, YouTube, it'll rise to the top, Hidden Fourth Branch, and you can learn about the power of the grand jury and how we can use this for primaries to catch them in this game.
Hey, tell them the examples. Kelly, I didn't mean to cut you off. Can you tell them the examples of how the Hidden Fourth Branch worked already?
We're running out of time.
Oh,
but it's
okay.
friends and neighbors, basically. The grand jury has taken out, county-level judges, sheriffs, DAs, state-level state representatives, judges. Blagojevich was recently put in jail 14 years. Well, a federal grand jury investigated him and took him out of office. They issued an indictment. And, Chicago is not known for its clean politics. The grand jury pierced through all that. And with the election season going on, if something is fishy, you can submit a complaint to a grand jury after the election. They can pierce through certain seal-up laws, if you will, or ballots are sealed, they can't be recounted. Oh, no, the grand jury can do this, can pierce through, get the hand ballots, look at the machines, and we can start exposing that, once again, the GOP is fulfilling the promise of what the media is promoting, that, well, Ron Paul can't win, and they've already got their guy picked. I mean, that's what it looks like to me, after spending a lot of time and all the reports we're getting in from all over the country and watch the vote. So that's kind of a quick summary.
Well, yeah, definitely. I actually was watching your video probably about 20 or 30 minutes for a second time before I got on the show today. And, yeah, I would definitely tell anybody the quickest way, just go to YouTube, type in the Hidden Fourth Branch, and it should be the first video that come up that is yours. And, you did break it down pretty well in there. And since we are running out of time, I want to bring you back, Kelly, if anybody, at least you, so you can talk more about the Hidden Fourth Branch, because I think you did have a lot of good information in there. And I also understand that you guys want to discuss about the precinct captains as well. Is that correct?
Well, that would be a good thing to cover.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to cut you off. They're about to cut me off. So you guys holler at me after the show, and we'll figure that out, okay?
Okay.
Listen to Occupy the Media. Bye.
Bye.